Have you ever had one of those conversations that just stays with you? You know, the kind where you feel truly heard, understood, and connected? Those conversations are pure magic. They're the lifeblood of any strong relationship. Think about it. What makes our relationships with family, friends, and partners so special? It's the shared moments, the laughter, the inside jokes, and the deep, meaningful conversations. When we can truly connect with someone on a heart-to-heart level, it creates a bond that's unbreakable. But here's the thing. Good communication doesn't just happen. It takes effort, patience, and a willingness to be open and vulnerable. But trust me, the rewards are worth it. When we learn to communicate effectively, we open ourselves up to a world of love, understanding, and connection. So, how do we do it? How do we master the art of heartfelt conversations? Well, it all starts with listening. We've all been there. You're trying to tell someone something important, but they're not really listening. They're looking at their phone, distracted by the TV, or just waiting for their turn to talk. It's frustrating, right? Listening is the foundation of any good conversation. When you truly listen to someone, you're saying, I see you, I hear you, and what you have to say matters to me. And that's a powerful message to send. So how can we become better listeners? First, put away the distractions. Put down your phone, turn off the TV, and give the person your full attention. Make eye contact, nod your head, and use your body language to show them you're engaged. Next, resist the urge to interrupt. Let them finish their thoughts before you jump in with your own. And when they're done, ask clarifying questions to show that you were paying attention and that you want to understand their perspective. Remember, listening isn't just about hearing the words someone is saying. It's about understanding the emotions behind those words. It's about creating a safe space for someone to share their thoughts and feelings without judgment. Listening is crucial, but it's only half the equation. To have a truly heartfelt conversation, you also need to be able to express your own thoughts and feelings in a clear and respectful way. This can be tricky. Sometimes we're afraid to speak our truth because we don't want to hurt the other person's feelings. Or maybe we're worried about how they'll react. But bottling up your emotions only leads to resentment and misunderstandings down the line. The key is to find a balance between honesty and kindness. When sharing your feelings, use I statements to avoid blaming or accusing the other person. For example, instead of saying you're always late, try I feel hurt and disrespected when you're late. It's also important to be mindful of your tone of voice and body language. Even the most well-intentioned words can come across as harsh or critical if your delivery is off. Speak calmly and clearly, and try to maintain a neutral facial expression. Remember, the goal is to communicate your feelings in a way that is both honest and respectful. It's about finding a way to connect with the other person, even when you're disagreeing. Let's face it, disagreements are an inevitable part of any relationship. But just because you disagree with someone doesn't mean you have to have a fight. In fact, disagreements can be an opportunity to learn and grow, as long as you approach them with respect and understanding. The key is to remember that you're on the same team. You both want what's best for the relationship, even if you have different ideas about how to get there. So, instead of viewing the disagreement as a battle to be won, approach it as a collaborative problem-solving session. Start by acknowledging the other person's perspective. Let them know that you understand where they're coming from, even if you don't agree with them. This will help to de-escalate the situation and create a more respectful and productive conversation. Next, focus on finding common ground. What are some things you can both agree on? Once you've identified some shared values or goals, you can start to brainstorm solutions that work for both of you. If things start to get heated, take a break. It's okay to step away from the conversation for a few minutes to cool down and gather your thoughts. This will prevent you from saying something you might regret later. Remember, disagreements are a normal part of any relationship. It's how you handle them that determines whether they bring you closer together or drive you further apart. So far, we've talked about the importance of listening, expressing your feelings, and, navigating disagreements respectfully. But how do these skills translate into real-life situations? Let's look at some examples. Imagine you're having dinner with your partner, and they seem distant and withdrawn. Instead of letting the silence grow, you could say, I noticed you seem quiet tonight. Is everything okay? I'm here to listen if you want to talk. Or maybe your teenager comes home from school upset about something. Instead of dismissing their feelings, you could say, I can see that you're upset. Can you tell me what happened? I'm here for you. These are just small examples, but they really illustrate the power of communication in building stronger relationships. By being present, listening attentively, and expressing your feelings with kindness and respect, you create an environment of trust and understanding. We've all experienced the frustration of misunderstandings. A misplaced word, a misconstrued tone, or an unspoken expectation can quickly escalate into hurt feelings and conflict. But what if we could transform these moments of potential discord into opportunities for deeper connection? Open dialogue is the key. When we create a safe space for honest and vulnerable communication, we allow ourselves and others to be seen, heard, and understood. This doesn't mean avoiding difficult conversations or pretending that disagreements don't exist. Instead, it's about approaching these challenges with a spirit of curiosity, empathy, and a genuine desire to bridge the gap between our differences. Imagine a scenario where a friend's offhand comment rubs you the wrong way. Instead of letting resentment fester, you could approach them with an open heart saying, "Hey, I wanted to check in about something you said earlier. I might be misinterpreting it, but it made me feel a little bit insert feeling. Can we talk about it?" This simple act of initiating an open and honest conversation can work wonders. By expressing your feelings vulnerably and inviting your friend to share their perspective, you create a space for understanding and resolution. The initial discomfort of addressing the issue head-on is far outweighed by the potential for deepening your bond and strengthening your friendship. The impact of heartfelt conversations extends far beyond our personal relationships. When we hone our communication skills, we become better friends, partners, colleagues, and community members. We create a ripple effect of understanding, empathy, and connection that spreads outward, touching the lives of everyone around us. Imagine a world where people felt empowered to express their needs and feelings clearly and respectfully. A world where conflicts were resolved through dialogue and compromise, rather than aggression or avoidance. A world where differences were celebrated as opportunities for growth and learning, rather than sources of division and strife. This vision may seem idealistic, but it's not out of reach. Every time we choose to engage in a heartfelt conversation, every time we listen with empathy and speak with kindness, we contribute to creating this more compassionate and connected world. In today's increasingly polarized world, it's easy to feel discouraged by the divisions that separate us. We're bombarded with conflicting narratives, and it can seem like everyone is retreating into their own echo chambers, unwilling to listen to or understand perspectives different from their own. But amidst the noise and the anger, there's a growing hunger for connection, for understanding, for common ground. People are yearning for authentic conversations that bridge the divides and remind us of our shared humanity. These conversations won't be easy. They require us to step outside of our comfort zones, to challenge our own biases, and to approach those with whom we disagree with an open mind and a compassionate heart. But the rewards are immeasurable. When we engage in respectful dialogue, we open ourselves up to the possibility of learning and growing. We discover that even in our differences, there are often shared values and aspirations. We realize that behind every opinion and belief system lies a human being with their own unique story and experiences. In a world that often feels increasingly disconnected, let us answer the call to connect. Let us embrace the beauty and power of authentic communication, recognizing it as the lifeblood of our relationships and the foundation of a more compassionate and understanding world. Let us commit to listening with open hearts and minds, seeking to understand before seeking to be understood. Let us speak our truths with kindness and respect, recognizing that our words have the power to heal or to harm. And let us approach disagreements as opportunities for growth and connection, rather than battles to be won or lost. The path to a more connected and compassionate world begins with a single conversation. It begins with a willingness to listen, to empathize, and to connect on a heart-to-heart level. So let us start today. Let us reach out to our loved ones, our friends, our colleagues, and even those with whom we disagree. Let us engage in conversations that matter, conversations that build bridges of understanding and pave the way for a brighter future. Remember, the power to connect lies within each and every one of us. Let us use that power wisely and compassionately, creating a world where every voice is heard, every story is valued, and every heart is understood.